Hey guys, it's Ashley with 3R Sales and Service. Today we're taking a look at the 16-foot landslide trailer. This is one that was in our showroom that someone purchased last week and that we did some modifications to. So he added quite a few more options to it. This originally came with a hot water 8-gallon minute pressure washer, a Hydrotech SS unit, and a gas engine P40 soft wash system. The customer added an 8-gallon cold water pressure washer and all kinds of remotes and extra accessories. So we'll come on in a little bit closer. We'll kind of show you how everything turned out. So up here we have our 3 Titan hose reels. This is for our cold water pressure washer, our hot water pressure washer, and then our incoming line. So these are the 12-inch reels. Both pressure washer reels have 200 feet of hose, and at the bottom we've got 100 feet of the garden hose. That's 3/4 inch Flexzilla. And then we've got our high pressure shutoffs on both of these lines, and then you can see all of the fittings down here so we can lock those hoses into place. The customer did add the premium hose guides to this as well, so that just makes pulling the hoses out so much easier. I mean, you can go right at a 90-degree angle. So I'll let you kind of jump in there and then I will direct you based on that. There's not a whole lot of room for both of us to move around and get a good camera angle. So up front we have the hot water pressure washer that gets stacked out through the roof there. That's a 3,500 PSI, 8-gallon a minute, SS 3500, 8HG, which is the Honda gas engine. We have to the front here, the 3508 cold water pressure washer. Got that kind of pushed up into the V nose here. It's exhausted down through the floor. We've got the heat shields all around, making sure we're not getting anything too hot. Making sure these doors, the front doors and side doors, are always open, get proper ventilation through here so the engine's always pulling nice fresh air through the engine intake. Both pressure washers have the primer valves on them. They're both hooked up to cool bypass. As you can see, when we have all of this equipment in here, it gets a little bit tricky to hide these hoses. I mean, if anybody's built a trailer before, you know how many hoses are involved in all of this. So our guys are able to kind of manipulate all of this and keep it out of the way. You have a nice safe area to walk around. You can see our premium protective flooring here. This is also protecting the wood floor that's underneath here from any chemical or water. Behind the hose reels off to the side here, we have the customer's undercarriage cleaner kind of tucked in there, and then the guys really did a great job kind of getting some aluminum angle back there to hold that into place so it's not going to shift back and forth, and then using just some rubber tie downs to keep that there. Up front you can also see we've got the 2-inch drain coming out the side. That drains the 325-gallon water tank that's in there. There's just a valve right on the inside. You reach in, open it up, you can wash your hands, you can fill a bucket, whatever you need to do there. From the back, we've got the rear double doors on this trailer, so it makes it easy to just kind of go up and access your equipment without having to stand on the ramp and bend down too far to get to anything. You can see our P40 soft wash system with the Honda engine. We're using the red wash down gun with this system. We've got an 18-inch Titan reel. The customer did add the guides to this one as well. And then we've got our locking coupler in place here. There's 300 feet on this hose reel. All of the hose reels are electric rewind. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. So all you do is press this button here and it will rewind that hose within seconds. It goes very, very quickly. So just wear a glove or have a towel around your hand. You can guide that right in without getting any debris on your hands. Moving on in, this is where we've got a lot of modifications, and I'm going to step back a little bit further and go over the tanks. I'll go over the bigger stuff first, and then we'll get into all of the stuff that's on the wall over here. So the soft wash system is connected to this 7-gallon tank at the bottom, which is our surfactant tank, and our bleach tank. We have it labeled SH. It's a 55-gallon bleach tank. And then, of course, our 325-gallon water tank. So not only is our soft wash system hooked up to these tanks, but our pressure washers can pull out of there as well. And I'll get to that here in a second. There's a battery behind the soft wash system because we have an electric start soft wash. And then we've also got our electric hose reels powered up to that as well. Down at my feet, we've got our 30-inch surface cleaner. This is used with the pressure washers. It can be used with either 8-gallon pressure washer. It is heat resistant. The Mossmatic surface cleaners are top-notch. They're fantastic surface cleaners. On this side here, we've got 2 more tanks. We've got a 35-gallon winterizing tank labeled antifreeze, and then we've got a soap number 2 tank, so that you can have a secondary soap. You want a degreaser or any other type of detergent that you're going to use a higher volume of, we can put that right into there. And then we've got our other remote soap lines here. So if you have a random 5-gallon bucket of something that you need to pull through your soap injector, that's where you're going to take this guy, pull it out, and drop it right into that soap bucket. And then when you're done, just pop it right back in. There's a little kind of cap at the bottom here, so it's not going to leak that soap all over, drip it right onto anything. So you're all set there. And then we've got the 8-drawer toolbox to keep all your miscellaneous accessories in. It does have a lock on it, so these drawers won't pop open while you're driving around. Okay, so back to this wall over here. I'm gonna step back so Abby can get in here. So this is controlling your downstream soap injection, and then this portion from here down is controlling your soft wash system. We have it all accessible from one area at the back of the trailer, so you can hop in real quick, make any changes you need to your ratios, and get right back out. So basically, we'll start with the cold water pressure washer. We've got a remote rinse system that is attached to a downstream manifold system. So this is where you can choose what soap you want to pull through your pressure washer. If you want to pull bleach, you just open up your bleach valve. If you want a little bit of surfactant in your bleach, you just crack this open a little bit and you can make it nice and foamy or smell good, whatever your surfactant does for you. And if you're like, I don't want to use bleach or anything like that, you can just pull from your secondary soap tank. If you're like, I only need half the ratio I normally do, then you just kind of back it down a little bit. They're just kind of, they're mini valves. They're not precise metering, but they're a good way to be able to kind of control a little bit of what you're pulling through there. And then soap number 3 is that remote drop-in hose that I mentioned earlier. So you just open this sucker right up and then you can pull out of a 5-gallon bucket of whatever you need. So basically, we have the same system for the cold water machine that we have for the hot water machine. You're able to pull from all of the same sources through there. You're just able to, meter. So if you got one guy running the cold water machine, he can be using, your soap number 2, and you have somebody using the hot water machine, they can be using their bleach and their surfactant if you want to. The shirts box comes with a remote so that you can turn on and off your soap draw and still use your low pressure nozzles. The shirts box is also going to rinse out your injector, which is nice, especially when you're going to be pulling so many different types of detergents through there, and you don't really want them to mix. So that'll rinse out your incoming line and keep everything so you don't get anything mixing together. We do have check valves in here as well, just mini check valves to keep anything from backflowing into one another. Okay, so down to the soft wash system. So here's your metering valves for your soft wash system. We've got your water, your surfactant, and your bleach. And these are precise metering valves, so you can control these. The bleach valve actually has numbers on it so that you can use it based on a 12.5% concentrate. So opening this and where it only shows maybe a 3 on there, then you're going to be pulling 3% concentrate through your soft wash system. So it makes it nice and easy, very user friendly. Your surfactant barely gets open because you don't want too much suds going on there. And then the remote rinse system, that comes with a remote, and then you press, basically turn it on, and it draws your soap, turn it off, and it shuts off your soap draw so that you can rinse with your soft wash system without having to come back and turn off all of these valves. All right, so it looks super complicated, kind of, but it's not. It's very user friendly. So Abby's reminding me of a couple more things here. There was a lot that was added to this. So down below here we have our transfer pump. This is just going to help you get your bleach or your soaps or your winterizing solutions into these tanks. So this has kind of quick connect areas here, and there will be 2 10 or 15 foot hoses that go along with this. So you can quick connect one here and quick connect the other one on the other side. Drop one end, somebody's really bumping. Drop one end into whatever your concentrate is out here, and then take the other end of the hose and put it into the tank. You'll use a ball valve to kind of turn it on and off, control it a little bit, and then there's your switch to turn on and off your pump. So like we kind of said earlier, very close to the rear, very easy to access everything. They really put a lot of work into this trailer in a pretty short period of time. We've got hooks for all of the wands in here. The extra wand we have up front closer to the hot water trailer. This is going to be the hook where we put the hoses for the transfer pump. We have Kevin kind of working on that real quick right now. Otherwise, everything, like I said, very accessible, very easy to use. So we have our customer coming here shortly to come pick this up. Looking forward to kind of giving him the final product. And let us know what you think in the comments below, or give us a shout if you have any questions on this, or if you're interested in doing something similar. Thanks.